So, I'm going to probably discuss something here in a moment, don't know what, but I just want to throw in one little thing. Right here, this little guy has just been floating around, and I don't know what it goes to, don't know where it came from, but it's just kind of just chilling there, just a little screw in my trunk, so I have no idea. Well, goodbye. Bye, screw. It's in there now. But I have no idea where it came from or what it could have possibly been screwed into before. But I guess that's an adventure for some point down the road. I want to take an exploration under the hood here with you guys. You'll notice that my engine cover is not on at all at the moment. I just removed it to kind of look at stuff, and then it was just before I was heading out the door to work. When I removed it to just kind of look around at the engine right quick for some options, and I just didn't feel like going through the very, very slight hassle of popping it back on there. I might not even ever bother putting it on there at all now, because I just realized I opened this thing up, and it's been, you know, the engine's been running for a decent amount of time, off and on here at this point, and I've noticed it feels like it's a lot cooler under here without that engine cover. It feels like the temperatures are a lot lower than what they usually seem to be, so I might not bother putting it back on there at all. Plus, with one modification that I want to put in this thing, hopefully coming fairly soon. I keep saying this, but one modification I want to put in here fairly soon. I won't be able to use the engine cover anyway, I don't think. But I guess really I should just go ahead and get to kind of a point of this video. And this is kind of going away from car stuff for this video, but I mean, it's kind of just a talking video about who the hell am I, and it's not like a philosophical question, who am I really type thing. It's more, it's literal and to the point. I wanted to just make a video kind of introducing myself fairly briefly, so that way you guys watching me know a little bit about me, know who I am. You heard me muttering under my breath, you know, saying, you know, Zen this and Zen that. So that's an old online moniker that's just kind of followed me for a few years here. And I used to make some video game let's play type videos on another channel that still exists, but I've kind of fallen away from doing those, and I kind of traded out for kind of this whole vlog thing, because it's just become more interesting to me. Not to say that I won't ever consider going back to doing some sort of gaming videos, maybe, but right now this is where my interests lie, in trying to create videos and vlogs. My name is Stephen, spelled like Stephen with a PH. I'm 27 years old at this particular moment. I live in Salisbury, North Carolina, out in the countryside here. And there's not really, at least to me, there's not really a lot to do in this town. Ultimately, I would love to move to some other state altogether at some point in my life. Not directly in a big city. I'm not about being directly in a big city. I'd rather be kind of on the outskirts of a big city. So that way I have the convenience of having all of the nice activities and events that would be there. I like to do right now vlogs and car shit, and just in general entertainment is my interest. I love the idea of just creating entertaining or entertainment-based sort of stuff. I like trying to be creative and make artistic stuff. That's kind of my hobbies. I don't really know in the exact sense how to play any instrument. Like, I don't know about notes and stuff specifically, but I feel I do pretty good just improvising without that knowledge. And I still consider it a semi-hobby of mine, but not as much as it used to be. But music is a kind of a hobby of mine as well. Guitar is probably my favorite instrument by far. Don't know really jack diddly squat about drums, but I just I have a pretty good knack for improvising on guitars, things like that. Video games, I do like video games. As I said earlier, had a video gaming channel where I made Let's Plays for a while, but I kind of got to a point one, I didn't have the time to do it anymore. Two, I just didn't have the vibe for it. It didn't feel like that was the creative space that I wanted to be in overall. Then just within the past 2 years here, I kind of got into this kind of creative space. And I feel like so far, this is in some respects more successful overall than the video gaming Let's Play scene was for me. And I feel better about it as a whole. I feel like I can do more creative things and probably just draw from a better space than I could with a Let's Play. I mean, because let's be honest, Let's Plays, and I'm not dumping on anything, because I like watching Let's Plays, I like video games and stuff, but Let's Plays aren't super creative. I mean, they can be. You could try to get, creative and make up your own style, make up your own way of doing them and stuff, but ultimately speaking, they kind of feel like a space where it is kind of a one set, and it don't matter how you really try to vary it up, it is that one sort of set. I hope this kind of makes sense what I'm trying to say. But not to get too far off track here, I'll just try to keep it as simple as that. It just feels like it's one set of tracks, and you can paint it gold if you want to, but it's still ultimately the same sort of thing. Whereas with creating videos like this, I feel like you have a wider, variation of personalities and stuff that you can put into a given video, if that makes sense. Anyway, like I said, countryside of Salisbury, North Carolina. Now, don't get me wrong, I do love how gorgeous the countryside can, get and stuff, but after living out here for 27 years straight of my life at this point, the scenery's just kind of played out for me, and I want something new. But cars have become a relatively new hobby of mine, though I guess you could always kind of say it was in my mind, it was in my blood, so to speak, because as a kid, I watched a pretty good share of NASCAR. I fell out of it. I'm still not really back into NASCAR or anything like that. But I used to really enjoy watching NASCAR as a kid. My favorite driver was Jeff Gordon. Now I know a lot of people, they were big on Dale Earnhardt and stuff like that. I mean, and honestly, it was whoever won. But just to choose, in choosing a favorite driver, some reason I always just connected to Jeff Gordon. I don't know, that was my dude. That was my dude in NASCAR. I think a lot of people really are rooted for Dale Earnhardt. Not to say that Dale Earnhardt wasn't a very aggressive driver on the track. He was really competitive. But I just like the sportsmanship of Gordon. I like basically anything nerdy. I'm far from being a master at, you know, any of it, or having exclusively large, you know, extensive knowledge of stuff. Like, there's a lot of stuff I don't know about. Plenty of nerdy things, like even Batman stuff. That's probably my favorite superhero. I know, very original, but Batman's my favorite superhero. And even him, there's a lot that I just don't know or haven't heard of, and people are always bringing up, well, have you seen that you know, Batman where he does this? I'm like, no, I never even heard of that. But basically anything nerdy, yeah, I like basically a bunch of nerdy stuff. But I am a master of none of them. Jack of all trades, master of none, I guess you could say. That's just a little bit about me. I know this was not even a drive along, it was just me walking up my road to talk about this stuff, but I figured I'd save a little bit of gas, make this a little bit more personal. But yeah, hopefully this video helped you all understand a little bit about who I am, and maybe I'll make a video about who I'm not, or what I'm not about, rather, at some point in the future. But for now, I think this is a good video to share with you all a little bit about who you're, you know, watching, and who I kind of am. Just a basic, very, very basic rundown of who I am. And I guess there's not much else to say, but hey, if you like my video here, consider subscribing to me. Give me a good old thumbs up. Turn on notifications, and you will be pretty well set for getting notifications when I go live, except for the fact that YouTube drops the ball. We know this. We know this. So, here's another deal I can cut with y'all. There are some social media links of mine down in the description of the video. You go there and you follow those, and there's you another chance to catch when I go live, because I like to post on there when I go live with another video. Boom. And you're set. Did I say subscribe? If I didn't say subscribe, subscribe. Pretty sure that was the first thing I said, though. But I will see you all in a passenger seat next time. Hopefully. Maybe, if my car still exists. There's no reason it shouldn't. Except for maybe crashes. See you.